Hi, welcome everyone. My name is Melissa Goodstein, and I'm currently serving as the president of the New York Association of Collaborative Professionals. And I really welcome you to my collaborative chat series where I get to connect and learn more about our amazing members of the NYACP. And today I have the pleasure of speaking with Jackie Caputo, who is currently serving as a board member of NYACP. She is also, I just found out, which is pretty awesome, a new partner at the Joseph Law Group, and she's heads the ADR division of it. My understanding is, the mediation as well as collaborative. So she is a big ADR champion and just a rock star in that way. And so I'm just thrilled to speak today to Jackie to learn a little bit more about her and her connection to ADR.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you for that kind introduction. I'm so excited to be here with you today. I've watched the other episodes, shall we say, and really enjoyed them. Even for the NYACP members who I know pretty well already, I feel like I got to know them even better.
Yeah, well,
I'm listening.
I appreciate that because I do think there is this connection that we all have, and we just have that conversation to learn a little bit more. And it's always nice to be able to learn unique things personally, professionally about our members. And I think also just for the public, and when they're selecting a professional, it's nice to have that, oh, hey, I did that, I connect with that. That gives them an ease and a comfort in developing a relationship, especially in a collaborative process where it is so personal and you
Yes.
are so vulnerable, and you need to have that safety and comfort. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
That's a critical part of what we do.
it is. It really, really is a fundament,
Yeah.
really. So can you tell me a little bit more about your family and where you grew up? I know that you're on the island. I'm from Long Island myself. I grew up in Plainview, but tell me a little bit about your background, where you grew up.
Yeah, so I grew up in Holbrook, went to Sachem High School, and married my high school sweetheart, and ended up right back in the Sachem community, in a different town, Lake Grove, but Sachem's a big school district. And so my life has really gone full circle. I left Long Island for college. I went to Cornell, I went to BU for law school up in Boston, and then we returned and decided to raise our family here, right back there in our hometown where it all started.
Wow.
And my
Wow.
husband is the high school football coach and social studies teacher at our high school that we went to, that now our boys attend.
Oh
So
my God. Wow. I loved social
yeah,
studies. That was my favorite subject
I do too.
I really did. And Boston, it's a great place to go to school,
Oh,
right?
I
Isn't it?
loved Boston. I
And
loved
Cornell,
Boston.
oh my God, Cornell is
And I
just,
loved Cornell, my beloved Cornell. Yeah. Mhm.
oh, wow, how interesting. So your kids are in the same, and also what I learned about you, because when I was interviewing you or selecting for the board, is that Jackie served as the president of her PTO,
I
which
did.
I was just flabbergasted because I know
Me
that
too.
role is so challenging. I can't even imagine, completing a term and rising to that level of responsibility, because it requires really a lot. I don't know if you tapped into a lot of your collaborative skills in
Oh,
interfacing
I sure
parents
did.
and administration, because that's really tough. You're
Yeah.
navigating a really
Yeah.
difficult terrain.
That was a challenging job. And it's funny, they had redistricted the school district. And so my son was in third grade, I think at the time, second or third grade, and was forced to switch elementary schools. And so he was so heartbroken and devastated. And to make him feel better, I was like, we're gonna make Winona our new school, and we're gonna have friends, and it's gonna be our home and our family. And so I go to a PTA meeting with one of my best friends. She ended up being my co-president. And we're sitting in the car beforehand. Don't volunteer for anything. We don't have time. We're working moms. Don't volunteer for anything. And we leave that night like running this major fundraiser for the
Oh
school.
my God.
And then the following year becoming co-presidents.
Oh my
I
God. So
I
that's
don't
Genesis.
I
Wow.
don't regret it. It was some of the best years of my life, and I think my children really appreciated it. It was fun to be part of their school, and we have such good friends in our community, so
Yeah.
it
And
was well worth it.
Wow. And a parent is the best possible advocate for your children's needs and
Right.
concerns. And you rose to the level. I mean, rose all the way up. Oh my God. Really
Right.
leading by that passion. That's unbelievable. And also your high school sweetheart, like how long did you know I mean, did you go to like kindergarten with
Oh my, no, no, we met
him?
in ninth grade.
Oh my God. That's
But yeah,
amazing.
we've been together. We'll be married 20 years this summer. And we were together for 10 years before that. So I feel like 20 is so
But
it
that's a great
doesn't
anniversary.
even do it justice.
Wow, a great milestone, 20 years.
Yeah,
That's a big deal, but I'm sure you
yeah.
celebrate like the 30, but that's amazing. Wow, wow. So can you tell me a little bit about where your passion for collaborative came in? Because I was also kind of reading your bio.
Yeah.
You went after Cornell. Did you get a master's in, or so tell me a little bit about your road to
Yeah.
law
So
and collaborative process.
yeah, I was always very torn. I didn't know if I wanted to go into law or if maybe journalism.
Mhm.
I've always been a news junkie, always. And at my time at Cornell, I did a few internships. I was in the Cornell and Washington program. I was an intern at ABC News. I was Sam Donaldson's intern so many
Oh
years
my
ago. I
God.
mean,
Oh
yeah,
my God, that's
yeah,
unbelievable. Are you
yeah.
kidding? Oh
No,
my
I adored him. What an amazing
what?
experience
Oh
that
my God,
was.
he's a legend. He's a
Yeah,
legend.
yeah.
Ah,
And it was, an interesting time to be in Washington. It was during the Clinton administration and the whole, Monica Lewinsky scandal. And
yes, yeah.
it was an exciting time to be there. And I really loved that work. But I always had in the back of my mind, I think I'd like to go to law school. I think I'd like to go to law school. And so I did that. At BU, they had a dual degree program, which was really unique. And so I got my master's degree in mass communication at the same time as my law degree. And, it's funny how I took my first job out of law school at a small general practice law firm out here on Long Island. And was really exposed to a bit of everything and just sort of fell into the family law work and loved it instantly.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
I
interesting.
felt like I was really helping people. I know that is sounds very cliched, but it really mattered to me that I was really helping someone and having an immediate impact on their lives. And so that spoke to me. And after just taking one case, I wanted to do more and more and more. And so, we weren't really doing divorce and family court work at my prior firm. And I started the practice there and built it up. And, eventually that was all I was doing.
Mhm.
And
Wow.
then came into the collaborative and mediation work after some real frustration for many years litigating and just feeling oftentimes sick to my stomach with the way, these cases were turning out. Not really feeling good about a lot of what was happening to these families I was working with, and, was very intrigued by mediation. And so took that training first, and then years later took the collaborative training as well.
That's really interesting with your background, and it resonates with me too a little bit because when I was doing my journey into careers, I was thinking that I was going to go into television programming and
Mm-hmm.
also looked into and was going to go to Syracuse for this dual masters and also JD,
Yep.
and decided at the last minute to just go to a law school with that. You're just getting the JD degree.
Yep.
But what was passionate for me, and maybe you can relate to this, is as a journalist, people's stories and connecting
Mm-hmm.
and using your degree to help people, but also hearing and understanding stories. And that's what like journalism is that
Yes.
connection. So it's
Yes.
interesting that you're able to still do something that I think really resonates with
Mm-hmm.
what is an interest, but also to utilize and to actually serve and to help,
Yes.
which
Yes.
is a service, right? It's a
Yeah.
service that we're providing, and it's really true. Wow.
Yeah. It really is.
That's really that's incredible. And I'm sure the writing also helps with
Yeah.
doing, the creative agreements that we are left with. Part of the benefit of working out and reaching a settlement in a mediation and a collaborative is creative problem solving and options. You can say it, but then
Yep.
when you have to write it, It's
So
a little
true.
bit to have that expertise and that skill set, I'm sure comes in really,
So
you're
true.
able to utilize that in a really full way.
Yes, that's such a big part of it. And that was one of my biggest frustrations with the litigation was after so much time and energy and money and stress for these families, they were very often left with like a cookie cutter, one size fits all court order or an agreement that was rushed. I mean, one of the most impactful experiences I had was after years of a contentious litigation, being forced under time constraints in court to sign a settlement agreement or call your first witness.
Ah,
And so, doing that settlement agreement, literally sitting on the floor in the hallway of the
oh my God.
crowded courthouse.
Oh my God.
And those those people were left with an agreement that was not well thought out and that they had problems with later on. And
Oh,
that still to this day haunts me. And so, I much prefer to sit around a table, calm, composed,
right.
and really think about the provisions that you're putting together for these people
Right.
and maybe giving them the time to test it out and see if it's going to work and what could we be doing differently and set them up with other professionals that can guide them better than I can because they have that expertise and I don't.
Right.
um that is so critical, I think, and gives them such a better product at the end of it.
Yeah.
So, that's what I think is so
Yeah,
amazing
that's so
about this
true.
work, right?
Yeah, I mean, so true. It's under conditions that are optimal for everyone. So you can have the time
Mhm.
to think, to reflect, to really tap into, is this going to work? And to test it too,
Right,
to evaluate it. Because these are relationships which you can't put a price tag on, right?
right,
And you're really setting them up for a future that's going to be an appropriate one, a right one, and reflective of what their values are. And
right,
if you don't have that time to really think about it and get that input from the myriad of the expertise that the collaborative process offers in terms of that interdisciplinary approach is just so unique and so supportive and powerful and impactful.
yes, I agree, I completely agree.
Yeah. So do you have like mentors or a best relationship in your life? I mean, that maybe those are two different questions, but what is the best relationship in your life and why?
Oh, well, without question, it's, my family, my husband, my children, that is everything to me. Um, and because I feel that way, I that sort of translates into the work that I do because I try to think before I start a session with every family, mediation session or go into a collaborative session, like this is what is most important to these people. And this is everything to them. So, I mean, that is the most important relationships in my life. But then, professionally, I've had a lot of mentors. I mean, the NYACP overall has been, crucial to my professional development.
Well, that's so
There have
good.
been people there who have been so supportive and so kind that years ago when I first, started attending the meetings, just having taken the training and never having done a case, were willing to help me learn. And, that's actually how I came to know James Joseph, who I work for now, our managing partner. You know, through those Long Island pods where we all just got together once a month and would talk about our cases. And, that's obviously a wonderful connection I've had with James. And I'm thrilled to be working with him now. And then, some of the Neil Kahn and Harriet Steinberg and Teresa
Mhm.
Ambres and, there, Bob Raymond, there are so many in this Long Island community who, really helped me and mentored me. And we had this mentorship program too, where early on, I got to sit in on a case. I had never really seen it in real time.
Right.
And they had invited me to sit in on one of their cases, and that was fantastic.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, so
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, we really, that's really good to hear because I think that professional support and is everything, and just to mentor and learn from members is is a really nice feature that NYCP tries to really further and really focus on. And we now have, we do have this mentorship program. We now have a new buddy program where all new members get hooked up with a board member as a buddy to navigate, events and NYCP offerings, and just to give them, just to be by their side, because that's what we're doing in the collaborative process, right? Is to support it. So it's almost like mirroring the work that we're doing in a process just to support them through a new experience. It's a paradigm shift, really, for many attorneys also, and professionals, on how we approach conflict resolution and divorce, really. So nice to have that support. And I notice, and I know this is not a canned background, I believe that that is true, that you have your kids in the back. I see that. They're front and center.
Many years ago. You can't see it in the screenshot, but this is
oh my God. Okay, they got bigger. Yeah. That's what kids
it got quite a bit bigger.
We all do. We all get older, right? But I see that. So that's really, that's a statement, right? It's front and center, and you're always mindful of that. And it's nice to kind of return to that, especially when we have difficult days. And I guess that's like, so my next question is like, what do you do? The work is really hard. Is there something that you do to help you kind of unpack the emotional stuff that you're experiencing during, you have to be present, and you're taking in a lot of stuff, and it's hard. What do you do for self-care and to help you get through the days?
So I am a big proponent of meditation. I heard about it years and years ago. I've been doing it now myself for years, every morning, 5-10 minutes, never really any more than that. Who has time for anything more than that? But doing that dramatically changes the course of my day. And when I don't do it, I feel like I'm a completely different person. Wow. I'm frazzled. I'm low on patience. I'm not, it just really sets the tone. And, as floopy as it might sound to some people, it really has been very, very important in my life. So get up, I meditate, I try to run. I don't do that every morning anymore, but I do try to do that. Again, also more for just to settle you down mentally and put you in a good mindset.
Oh, for sure. I'm a big proponent of that. Sometimes I'll even just do like these breathing exercises, even in a difficult meeting. You could kind of, if things are really heated, even if it's like 30 seconds, or 6 seconds, just the breathing, and just tapping into that, because sometimes it's to be present is sometimes really challenging, and not to get blown from the emotions and the anger and the things that could navigate you into a different place, which is not always a good one. Right.
So true.
And that centering is important. That's amazing. I'm so glad that that's working for you. And in terms of like, what do you watch? Do you stream anything? Do you watch any media that is?
So I don't even know. I'm like a dinosaur. We do have a smart TV. We have a couple of them. I don't fully know how to use them. I don't. All my friends are always talking about these shows that I've never seen. I mean, I'm just like so old fashioned. Like I watch CNN. We watch tons of sports in my house. I'm a big Bravo fan. I'll be honest.
I am too. What, you watch The Housewives?
Every city.
Oh my God. I went to BravoCon, Jackie. So
Did you, Melissa? I would have gone.
No. And I'm going again if it was in New York. I went twice, but then it was to Vegas, but I'll do a road trip. Yeah.
Oh, if I'm your girl. I'll be right there with you. I have to admit, I'm a big Housewives fan.
Well, it's also, it's interesting. The Housewives is an interesting franchise, but I don't know, what the appeal to me is like the relationships, and and I think, yes, some of it is scripted, but at the same time, there's something underlying very real about it. For me, I connect with it.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, some more than others. The mom aspect of it all. I really the mom, the wife thing. It is relatable.
It's very compelling.
To some extent, as over the top and outrageous and ridiculous as it can be sometimes.
It's ridiculous, but there's something very compelling about it that I go back to. Do you have a favorite franchise? I'm a big Roni fan.
Me too. Me too. I love Jersey, See Italian in Me, Beverly Hills, those are
Yeah,
some of
yeah,
my favorites.
yeah,
Some of my
yeah.
favorites. Those Jersey housewives are about to send some kids off to college and
Yeah,
get my tissues ready.
that's right. That's right. That's right. And if you had like a day off, is there a perfect day off for you that comes to mind?
We have a place up in Maine. We've had it for a few years now. It is the most peaceful, beautiful, calm place. And it's funny, sometimes we go up there and we really don't have anything planned. And that's what's so amazing about it, is
Yeah,
that you can just wake up without an alarm, go for a run, on the ocean basically, and just sort of relax and go to a nice dinner and just be calm. And
yeah.
we love that.
That's amazing that you have
Love
that
that
opportunity. Maine is one of my favorite states, and I feel like I'm off the grid there, which is nice.
completely.
We don't get reception or cell phone. That's great. We only get, because I go up to up north more so in near Demerscata in
Okay.
yeah, so
Wow. Yeah.
but
See,
yeah,
we're Southern Maine.
so kind of Bunkport you were
Yeah.
saying, which
Yep.
is amazing. Yeah, do you ever see the bushes? They have a place there, don't
We
they?
have, yes. Yeah. And we've had a few sightings actually.
Yeah, they have a
Um,
beautiful compound. Oh my God, that's
Beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So
Yes.
that's the running route is,
Oh wow, I totally know what you're talking about. Oh,
yes,
that's amazing.
ocean,
Oh,
yeah, ocean,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh
It's
yeah.
it's just beautiful. But yeah, we've seen the bushes out and about in town.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
it's really cool and
Yeah, and
special,
they're just very down to
and
earth. It's everyone.
very much so.
Yeah.
Every restaurant, every store you go into, there are, photos with them, and we'll be attending them. We're going up for Memorial Day and they have like a really old fashioned like parade right
Oh,
through
that's
Dock
great.
Square, and
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Oh, that's really
Yep.
wonderful. That's really wonderful. So, do you cook at all? Is there like what I'm doing is I'm actually trying to compile a cookbook for all my collaborative chats because we do have really talented members who really enjoy, and it's no wonder. I mean, I think it's like a very creative profession and cooking is just another outlet, at least just because I'm a baker and a cook.
Yep.
Is there
Oh, I
something
love
that,
it.
do you have a signature dish?
Yeah. So if you ask my kids, they would say that my meatballs are the best.
Oh,
And they
really?
are. They are. I'll challenge
Oh,
one when it comes
okay,
to
I'm always
meatballs.
looking for a good meatball recipe. Is
Yeah.
that something that you're open
So
to sharing?
I will be happy to share.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and so we do, in the Caputo house, we do a traditional Sunday dinner. I try to do
Oh,
that every Sunday.
like the
So,
Sunday gravy? Is that
yes,
like,
I make it.
oh,
Yes, Melissa.
I get
Really?
it.
Um, yes, I do the Sunday gravy and always frying the meatballs like early in the morning. Like, and wherever we go on a Sunday, I smell like a fried meatball.
It's a ritual. It's a
Yes,
ritual. Oh my God.
yes,
You don't smell like a fried. I totally get it. I
yeah.
know what you're talking about. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
But my kids, my husband, they love it. They appreciate it. And
Yeah.
it's awesome. And I always try to do that. So
Yeah, well, that's amazing, and thank you for
yeah.
that. I'm really curious about how you unpack that and what creates the perfect meatball. Um, Can you share with us, is there a memorable NYCP experience? I know you spoke about your introduction with being like mentoring and the pods, but is there a particular NYCP experience that comes to mind that was particularly memorable for you?
Yeah. So I do always enjoy that annual meeting at the end of the year. Up at the beautiful Brayburn where we tend to do it, most of the time. It's just, I love that. It's so nice to get to see all the other professionals from throughout the state, and come together at least for a day. I really, really enjoy that. And then more recently, I'm on the membership committee, and we have really been trying to network with other professionals, other people in the community that we can, try to expand awareness for the
Mhm.
collaborative process, because
Yeah,
so many people don't know what it is still.
right.
And we've started hosting, we're going to be doing them hopefully every quarter, and we're starting to host these mixers.
Yeah.
And, we just recently did one in New York City, and it was so beautiful and well attended and well received, and such a nice opportunity to spread the word. And so,
It's,
I really look forward to doing more of that.
that's amazing. And I know I just got like an email this morning. We're setting a date for the
Right.
fall.
We're trying to schedule the next one.
Yeah, yeah, those are great. I really appreciate that too. It's just nice having one-on-one time and just expanding our network and really
Yes.
educating in the work that we do. Um, so I always try to end the conversation with a hopeful one in terms of where you hope to be in 10 years, where you hope to be, where do you hope for collaborative practice to be? Could
So
you?
I really hope, I feel like we've made such strides, and I really hope to continue it to the point where people know what it is, and that it's more of a, common household term, much like mediation has become.
Right.
And, I really think that with all of the efforts and hard work that we've been putting into trying to get the word out there, I think it's starting to take hold, and I think that will just continue. And so, 10 years from now, I hope that our practice has expanded, that I've been able to grow the ADR part of the practice here. I would be very, very, very proud of that if I can accomplish that.
And I'm confident that you can. You have a passion that is palatable. I mean, you see it and in the work that you do and your involvement in the board and the membership committee and just, in terms of the strides you made in your own firm, which you've become now a partner in. You've really expanded the reach of ADR and in a way that really just serves the community in the best way possible. So I really acknowledge that, appreciate that. And Jackie, if people want to find you, you're with the Joseph Law Group. Is that how people would be able to connect with you?
Yes, yes, you can just Google the Joseph Law Group. We're in Garden City, New York, and we have all of the social media
You're
platforms, so you
you
can
do.
find us.
Yeah, yeah, you
Yep.
definitely do. That's amazing. You have a presence and a well-deserved one for sure.
Thank you, Melissa. That means a
You're
lot
welcome.
coming from you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So Jackie, thank you so much for your time today and getting to connect with you. I'm really, really looking forward to that meatball recipe, and I'll let you know about BravoCom.
Perfect.
It's in October, so we need to do a conflict check for the mixer. Make sure it doesn't.
Exactly. Let's plan accordingly.
Okay. Okay.